Welcome to class 3 of 6 in the Intro to Athletic Training series. We will teach you how to produce and absorb force dynamically with control. Classes move from beginner to advanced progressions over the course of the series. It is for anyone with a desire to feel more athletic and is approachable for all fitness levels. All you'll need is some weights and your water. So let's get started. We're going to start down on the mat for a little warm-up mobility, just ease into the class today. So come on down to the mat. We're going to start on all fours and we're going to take one leg out to the side. So I'm going to start with my right leg and I'm going to extend it out to my side. From here, we're just doing little rocking action, sitting the hips back. You're trying to find some length and a little stretch into the groin of the outstretched leg. So take a couple of breaths here. From this position, we're going to bring the hands to the hips, come up tall, keep the leg extended, and then we're going to reach the left arm up to the ceiling and then maybe over slightly for a little side bend, stretch down the left side of the body. This left arm, we're going to bring it all the way to the floor outside the left knee. And then the right arm is going to reach up and overhead, create space between your ear and your shoulder, and lengthen the right side of the body here. Nice work. Come back to the first position, hands just in front. We're going to do that one more time on the same side. So here, I already feel like things have loosened up a little bit. Stretch into the groin, and then when you're ready, take the hands to the hips, come up tall here. Left arm is going to reach up and over, stretch through the left side of the body. Take a breath. Left arm down to the floor, right arm overhead. Pressing the hips forward actively here. Nice work. Hands are coming back in front. We're going to switch legs. So right leg comes in, left leg extends out. Here again, finding a stretch through the groin, maybe a little bit into hamstrings. You can soften your left knee or straighten it completely, totally up to you. Coming up tall, hips extended here. Right arm is going to reach up and then over for a side stretch. Take 1 or 2 breaths here. And then right hand to the floor outside your right knee. Left arm overhead, again, create space between your ear and your arm. We're going to take it back to the first position, hands in front, one more time on the left. Make sure we're nice and limbered up. Hips extended, right arm's going to reach up and over. And then take that right hand down to the floor. Left arm reaches up and over, pressing the hips forward. Nice job. So next warm-up exercise, we're going to come up to standing, start to engage a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we'll take our feet out a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're combining a hinge motion with a squat motion. So from standing, bend your knees slightly. Hips are going to go back like you're pushing a door closed behind you. So we're hinging here, finding length in the hamstrings. And then from here, we're going to take the hips all the way down, knees apart into your squat. So I like to bring my arms in front as I come down into my squat. Then from the bottom position, we're just going to bring the hips back up into the hinge, straighten the legs, not completely, but knees are a little straighter, and then hips come all the way up. to the top. So we're gonna do 4 more like that. So first movement, soften the knees, hips go back all the way. Find length in the hamstrings, then press the knees apart, sit into your squat, arms in front for counterbalance, and then reverse it. So hips up, and then exhale all the way up. 3 more like that, hips back, squat down, reverse it, hips back up, extend. One more, excellent job. Nice work. So we're going to move to a stretch here for the upper body. This is going to be really helpful for some of our movements that we're working on a little later today. You're going to need a chair, a box, a bench, something elevated, a couch works. I'm going to use this box right here. So what we want to do is kneel in front of whatever elevated surface you have. We're going to place our elbows on the surface and pretty close together, so shoulder width apart is the guideline here. And then we're sinking down. We're going to walk our knees back a little bit. We're going to try to touch your shoulders with your hands and press your head and chest down towards the floor. And just breathe into this stretch here. So we're lengthening through triceps, into shoulders, into lats. Some people feel a nice stretch through the upper back here as well, some extension. Take 1 or 2 more breaths in this pose. And then slowly coming out of the position. So that mobility of shoulder flexion and extension through the back will be helpful a little later when we're working on our cleans. And then our last warm-up exercise, we're gonna get the heart rate going a little bit, bring in some more dynamic movement. We're coming back up to standing for our pogo jumps. So the idea is minimal knee bend, but we're really popping off from the feet and ankles and calves here for our little jumps. So the first round, we're not going max height. The second round, we'll be aiming for more height, but essentially little arm pumps. And then we're just, as if you're jumping rope, we're popping off the ground. So feet can be a little closer than hip width apart. We're gonna engage the core before we start jumping to support the entire body, but the spine and the trunk. And then from here, little breaths, we're gonna do 20 of them. They're gonna go really fast. So just count your own 20. But I'll show you a little demonstration here. We're just popping off. And we wanna be springy and light off the ground, but really supported through the body. So here we go for 20. And that's it. Nice work. So we'll be doing our warm-up exercises, those 3 one more time, starting from the hinge to the squat pattern. So here again, take your feet out a little wider than hip width apart for accommodating the squat. And then we're gonna send the hips way back, soft knees here. Find that length in the hamstrings. Notice my spine is still straight. And then I'm sitting as low as I can go without completely relaxing in the bottom position. So I still want that straight spine and nice support. And then reverse it, hips up, straight spine, and then extend the hips on the exhale. So 4 more like that. Hinge, squat, back to your hinge, and up. Last one. Nice. Really good lower body exercise to warm things up. So we're gonna repeat our stretch here for the upper body. So again, finding your elevated surface, kneeling in front, elbows about shoulder width apart. Hands, we wanna reach towards the backs of your shoulders or the upper back. And then walk your knees back so that you can gently press your head and chest down. And then notice I'm not totally extending the spine here and keeping it more neutral. So just a little tuck of the ribs and the pelvis. And then breathe. One more breath. And then slowly coming out of that stretch there. Nice work. Last warm-up exercise, our little pogo jumps. This time we're gonna try for maximum height on each jump, but again, minimizing the knee bend. So we're really kind of just using the lower leg mostly to pop off the ground. So when you're ready, we're gonna go for 20. Here again, as high as you can, and nice and active through your core and through your feet. So let's go. Nice, okay. Heart rate's up a little bit. Feeling super dynamic now. We're gonna get into our dynamic exercises. So the first one, we're gonna continue working with your elevated surface, chair, box, bench, couch, any of the above. We're starting from seated, and then we're going to be working on vertical jumps. So mostly biasing the power output into the ground as you jump. We still want to land softly and mindfully, so keep that in mind. But I'll show you what this looks like, and then we're going to do 6 of these. So from seated, I'm towards the edge of my seat, and then when I jump, I'm gonna lift my feet, plant them into the ground, nice and hard and firm, because that's gonna give me the energy I need to jump high. My arms are gonna come up as I go up, not the opposite. And then I'm gonna land softly. So it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna lean back slightly, lift my feet, and then plant, arms up, land in my squat. So knees are bent, hips are back, balanced in my feet, and that's 1. We're not going fast here. Reset, seated, take your time, think about the movement, and then execute. That's the most important part about power and dynamic training, is being really intentional, not doing a million really fast repetitions. So here we go. We're gonna do 6 of them. We'll count that as just a warm-up practice. So we're gonna do 6 of those. So I'm gonna lift the feet, plant, exhale, drive up with the arms, and then land softly, reset. Nice. Excellent. Take a breath. No rush between exercises. The next one, we're building on the rotational pattern. So developing the loading into the hip, and then using the power from the legs to rotate and chop across diagonally. So we're gonna use a lightweight, whatever that means for you. We're gonna grab 1 dumbbell, coming into hip width, maybe a little wider stance. And then as we've been practicing, we're gonna load the hip diagonally, chop across. So I'm holding my weight end to end like this. So slow motion, hips go back, hinge, rotate. I'm going towards the right hip, right side. Rotate the chest and shoulders, load the hip, find the stretch into the side of the hip here. And then that's ultimately what's going to give you the energy to extend across and just coming up to about shoulder height. So once we get into this motion, we'll go a little bit more at speed, but let's just practice that once more. Slow motion, hips back, pivot the left foot, sit into the right hip, rotate the upper body, find that stretch, and then use the floor and use this right hip to extend as if the weight was attached to your hips and you were trying to throw it far in the opposite direction. So we're gonna do 6 on the right, 6 on the left. We'll start to make it more fluid, not top speed yet, just making sure the mechanics are still good. So here we go, we're hinging, coming in, exhale out. You can string them together, or you can pause between reps if you need to. One more. Excellent. So we're going left to right this time, reset your shape. We're really ensuring that the loading leg is not pivoting out when we're sitting into it. We want to keep the toes forward, knee, hip in alignment. That's really what's going to give you that torque to power out in this rotation. So here we go. Breathe in. Exhale across. Throw from the hip. Nice work. So we don't need the weight for the next exercise. We're working on change of direction and stability through single leg, and this will come in handy when we start to make it more dynamic in the future weeks in this lateral plane. So we're going to alternate right and left. We're gonna take a side lunge out to the right, stabilize on a single leg, come up on a single leg, and then go back to the left. So it's gonna look like this. We're gonna step out, sit into your lunge, your single leg squat. I'm trying to lift this left leg, get onto my right leg, come up, and then go to the other side. Step out to the left, arms can be out for balance, get onto that left leg, extend up, okay? So we're gonna work on 6 each side. So if you just count to 12, that's easy enough. We're gonna start now. Sit into the right, pick up the other leg, stand up. Take your time here, go slow. Control and stability is the name of the game. Go at your own pace, or if you're with me, we're on our last one. Nice work. Last exercise, we're gonna come back to using our weights, so you can grab those. We're working on the hang clean. We're doing a hang power clean. So basically, all that means is we're going from the hinge position to the front rack position with our weights. So I'm gonna slow it down for you and then we'll speed it up. So the hinge we already know, shoulders are back, suitcase position with your weights, hinge the hips back. From here, we've already worked on the extension and acceleration. So gradually extending up, shrugging, coming up to the toes, And then we've included the high pull. So now you just have to continue the momentum all the way up to this position here where you're supporting the weights at the shoulders. Elbows, notice, are a little bit forward. And this is where that stretch in the warm-up comes in handy. So we really want to encourage this nice supported position and not have the elbows down here, because then it's a lot of work for my arms. So right here, I can hang out in nice supported shape, and then eventually you can go up in weights with this exercise. So all together, this one's challenging to do slow motion, but I'll show you slow motion and then we'll speed it up. So hinge, gradually accelerate up, and then heels come down as I'm receiving my weight at the top. So I'm gonna do another one more at speed. Breathe in. Okay, now the toe to heel drop is pretty fast, so you don't have to hang out on the toes very long, but you're timing that. Shrug, high pull. Again, all of this is very fluid when you do it at speed. Shrug, high pull, and then heels drop as your weights are being received in this top position. So a little bit to coordinate, practice makes not perfect, but you'll get better. And we're gonna do 6 of those. So think slow on the way down, gradually accelerate on the way up. The exercise is meant to drive the power from the legs again. So if you go too slow, it's gonna feel like you're doing an arm exercise here. We don't want that. We're just thinking arms are ropes and they're just guiding the weights up to the top in this sort of sequential order. So here we go for 6, take your time. Nice. So out of the 6, you can kind of assess like how many felt like they were all for my legs. Did I feel like I was using my upper body too much? Could I focus more on the shrug and the pull to keep your weights close to you? So just kind of mull that over in your brain for the next set. So let's put the weights back down for a moment. Feel free to grab some water. Meet me back at your seat. We're gonna do 6 from seated vertical jumps. Again, main focus is pushing into the floor, right? That's where we're really gonna get our vertical power from. So we're seated, soft landing, kind of preemptively think about that, and then arms are going the same direction. So 4, 6, lift the feet, plant, drive up, soft, landing, reset. Try to extend your whole body as you press off the floor and go up. Trying to land in almost the same spot that I took off, not go forwards. Nice work. So again, you don't need to do a million of these. If you're really trying and being very intentional, 6, and you start to peter out in your power output if you're really giving maximal effort to these. So grab your single weight for the diagonal chops. Hold it end to end. Get your feet a little wider than hip width, and then I'm gonna start right to left again. Send the hips back, really rotate and load into the right hip. And then on the exhale, power out. Almost think of it like a standing glute bridge, but you're really biasing the right side, extending through. So engaging that glute, keeping your core strong so that we don't extend like crazy at the back. So 4, 6, breathe in, load. Nice work, take a breath, reset. Helpful if you're still new to these movements to check out the alignment of your leg on each repetition and make sure that we're not starting to see that leg turn out of the loaded leg. So left side, here we go. And done. Excellent. So we'll come back to the weights in a moment. We're gonna alternate our side lunge to the single leg squat, work on that stability. For 12 total, 6 on each side. Breathing in, take a side step out. The smaller your step, the easier this exercise is. The bigger the step, the harder it will be. You have more distance to travel as you bring this leg up and over. If you're really having a tough go, you can slide this foot. That's a little easier. Looking at kind of one spot on the ground here in front of you is helpful. Keeping your big toes glued to the floor. Try to stay low as you bring that leg across. One more each side if you're with me. Sweet. Last one, back to the hang power clean. 2 weights here. And then we're trying to move the load, in this case, the weights, nice and powerfully fast on the way up with the legs. So again, arms are kind of ropey. Really try to initiate from the legs. Something that you can do if you're struggling with that is come down into your hinge, just come back up to this position, but really feel the legs being used before including the rest of the motion. So what I mean is do one of these, fast. Okay, that was all legs, great. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna continue the motion, the shrug, high pull, get the weights up, elbows up. So 4, 6, breathe in. Nice work. So really think about pushing into the ground again to produce that force and acceleration to bring the load up. Last round coming up, take a moment, gather your thoughts, and then on this last round, hopefully we're a little bit more comfortable with the movements. We can really commit to the intensity now if you're feeling good. We're gonna do our vertical jumps from seated. Take your time between each one. You don't have to go fast again, reset, and then really commit when you're ready. So here we go, last 6 jumps here. Soft and even on the landing. I could be a little softer. All right. Nice work, lots of focus. Second exercise, diagonal chops, single weight. Trying to smooth it out now. Again, slow on the way down, loading, and then faster on the way up, really using the hip here. Excellent work. Second side, reset. Line up the leg, load it up. Exhale. Awesome. Set your weight down for a moment. If your hips are not sore tomorrow, then you haven't done it right. Every single power exercise generally uses the hips because they are big, strong muscles. So side lunge to our single leg squat. When you are ready, stay low, drive up. One more each if you're with me. Woo! Hips are on fire, great job. Last exercise, and then we're gonna cool it down. So really give everything you got to this last one, focus-wise and intensity-wise for our last set of cleans. So hip width apart with the feet, shoulders down and back. Arms are ropey and all the power from the legs. Imagine pushing into the floor, jumping without jumping in a sense. And then think about it too over time if you're increasing your weights, right? Like you could do double this weight, triple this weight, and be able to do this movement if you're using the legs properly. So here we go, last set of 6 hang power clean. Power up. Yes. One thing that you can do with that movement in particular, since it is a little bit more complex than other ones, there's a lot going on and things need to happen in a certain order, is videotape yourself from the front, from the side, and then watch it back in slow motion. And it'll show you exactly what's happening when, and you'll be able to identify if you need to work on a specific part a little bit more. Awesome. So let's cool it down here. Bring the heart rate down. Give the hips a little bit of love. Give the neck a little bit of love. We're gonna come down to the mat for a hip stretch. So seated on the mat, we're gonna take the legs, so feet wide, knees bent, and then we're dropping both knees over to the left to start. Flex the ankles, turn your shoulders to face the left knee here, and then we're gently going to lean forward, supporting on the hands right here. So I'm really feeling this stretch into the outer left hip. So this straight spine position is great. I feel it a lot in the hip. Some people like to completely go passive here, elbows to the floor, rounded spine, and that feels nice in the low back. So totally up to you here. I don't really feel as much hip, but whatever is working for you, try both. And breathe. Try to slow the breath down, the exhales, bring the heart rate down. And then slowly come out of the left side. We're gonna flip the legs over to do the right. So feet wide, knees bent, ankles flexed. Rotate your shoulders towards the right knee and then support it, gently lean forward. You can explore in this position a little bit to see where you feel more of a stretch. The angle of the shin does not need to be at 90 degrees per se. It's whatever is comfortable for you. And just listen to your body. The longer you can be in these recovery positions, the better. You can repeat them again tomorrow if your hips are desperately asking you for it. Nice work. Slowly come out of that and then find a comfortable seat. You can be seated on the floor, elevated on a chair, kneeling, standing, whatever you want for this one. But we're tall, and then shoulders are gonna drop down. Ear is gonna go to the left shoulder here, lengthening through the right side. Play around with the chin position here. So you could reach it up a little bit if you want more length kind of through the front, down. You feel maybe a little bit more through the side and the back of the neck. You can kind of slowly oscillate or just hold where you need it. And then slowly bring your head back through center to the other side, nice and tall. Just the head tilting. Notice any differences side to side. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit more like an athlete in halfway through this series. You've got 3 more classes to go and then return to center. Nice work. Thank you so much for joining today. If you enjoyed the class, give it a like and make sure to subscribe to our channel. Check out the Virtue Training app. The link is in the description box, and take care. We'll see you in the next one.